Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Anachronox, Blind. Now I'm here on Sunder, going into the sanctuary, which is kind of like a prison for scientists that step out of line, that are deemed to engage in unscientific things. And I'm looking for an acquaintance of Grampus. Welcome to the Rainbow Sanctuary, home of the wretched and the depraved, home of the heretics. Rho Bowman is probably the most popular of us. She made quite a number on magazine covers with her controversial best-selling book. She was the best science had to offer, and they paid her back with public humiliation. In a purely politically motivated move, the Scientifica Association found her theories unsound and branded her a heretic. Interesting term to use in this day and age, isn't it? Bowman was said to have committed heresy against science itself. Her findings were a slap in the face of the establishment. But if her theories were so extreme, why was she allowed to remain a member of the Scientifica Association? Why not get rid of her entirely if she presented such an affront to knowledge? I'll tell you why. It's because those in power are smart enough to know that heretics are often the revolutionary thinkers who change the galaxy, and Rho Bowman and the rest of us heretics are kept around in case our theories turn out to be true. We use the Scientifica Association for funding, and they use us for potential knowledge. Ain't politics wonderful? So enter at your own risk, Doctor. You might catch heretical thoughts. Okay. Rainbow Sanctuary this way. You don't have a card for this lock. So how do I go back? So I wanted to explore the other side of the stairs. It seems I cannot go back, which is pretty weird, if you ask me. And also the noise is rather annoying. Okay, this is Galactic News. Is always the same, it seems. A zero crime level yet again, in a testament to rational thought and the death penalty for misdemeanors. Once again, there has been zero crime on the entire planet. Okay. Death penalty for misdemeanors. Well, actually, that probably... Okay, the sound is really annoying. Can I do anything to stop that? It doesn't look like it. I really find it frustrating. But the death penalty for misdemeanors, probably, as ridiculous as that sounds, probably that wouldn't even reduce crime to zero, because the criminological studies on the effectiveness of the death penalty, they found that, generally speaking, it's not the harshness of the punishment that really deters crime, but the inevitability of it. So the effectiveness of law enforcement itself, rather than the harshness of the crime. So to be honest, it isn't like, it doesn't really follow. It isn't actually that certain that introducing death penalty for everything would in fact reduce crime to zero. It would, ironically enough, reduce the number of criminals to zero soon enough after they were caught, but you know. New element discovered. The hyper-unstable element Sunderium existed for 12 nanoseconds in a lab in Colosseum. Credited with the discovery is a Cordican scientist, Gallet Fredrickson, or Fennicetarian, doesn't really matter, who remarked at the sudden appearance of Mysterium, holy something. Something in Cordican megaphonics mean fecal matter, so holy shit basically, he said. Okay, Colossum Blossoms brings your blooming buds for less. Discount lab building. When everyone tells you you shouldn't be practicing science, you've still got a home with us. Cash in advance. Scientifica Association. When you like your science with an elitist edge. Starport Bar. Enjoys a new view, a nice view, while you drink in luxury waiting for your shuttle. Sunder is the home of Colossum, the galaxy's largest community of scientists and research facilities. Over 3 million scientists inhabit the safe, rational community, boasting over 5,000 Nobel laureates and Gen Felica prize winners. The colony is the happy haven for the galaxy's finest minds. Please be at your best behavior and respect your environment and the community. Colossum boasts some of the strictest laws on public behavior in the galaxy, all enforced by the Pax Guard, so please, think before you do. Okay, and those are all the same. I really need to get out of here because the noise is driving me insane. Welcome to the Rainbow Sanctuary. Is there anything I can do for you? We'd like to see Dr. Rho Bowman. Congratulations, you're her first visitors in the 6 months she's been in here. Let me just get her on the line. Dr. Bowman, are you there? Hello? She must have disconnected the line. She can be difficult sometime. Let me walk you over to her office. I'm afraid the B-bot will have to wait here. Security reasons. Pal, you better stay here while we see the doctor. I'd hate for you to touch something and accidentally short yourself. Whatever. Ready? Okay, so 2 red, 2 green. Am I supposed to remember that? Because to be honest, I won't. Probably 2 red, 2 green. First of all, I need to get out of the range of the freaking sound. Just this way. Please leave that alone. Okay, I thought I had to do this. Are you... Security is pretty ridiculous, I know. Okay, I'm not going to remember that. I remember the first one, but... I'm not going to remember that. I'm telling you that right now. Just so that you're not disappointed. The Scientifica Association adds insult to injury by forcing heretics to relocate here to Rainbow Sanctuary. How are we supposed to get any work done this close to the starport? I excavated this 3 million year old Brebulon skeleton from a dry riverbed last month. Unfortunately, it's missing important pieces. My theories concerning the evolution of the Brebulon species are controversial, refuting some of their most cherished beliefs about the origin of their people. In a political move typical of Scientifica Association, I was downgraded to heretic status to placate the large contingent of Brebulons in Sunder. Gemini? Glory, I never thought my gracious and munificent benefactor would ever smuggle in a contact. Just in time, the prototype is ready and operational. All I require is a final payment. Okay, so I need to bullshit him. Which one? I guess this is a better option, because he can check with customs easily enough. It's in an unlabeled Cortican bank account. Access codes arrive via SenderNet shortly. Very well. Be very careful not to break the seal before placing it in a sterilized environment. The results might be most unfortunate. Boots has got Sylvan's package. Use great precaution in handling and opening. So this is Data's contact. You look ridiculous in that costume, by the way. Okay, I really need to get out of here. The noise is ridiculous. And the only way to lose your heretic status is to hope your political enemies who put you on their list are either out of power or dead. I have no such luck. Are you ready to continue? Yes. Walk this way. Still with me? Good. Almost there. To be honest, at this point I don't even bother. Like, I remember the first one. It was too green and too red. But the rest... I really hope the game is not expecting me to remember those.
Bad timing, fellas. I'm in the middle of something. In exactly 57 seconds, the particles in this mass super accelerator reach maximum velocity. Working with this high harmonic pulse generator and metaplasmic interferometer to reproduce specific spatial conditions which, if I'm correct, will unlock and activate this test sample of MysTech. So whatever you want is gonna have to wait.
Are those Witherspoon time signature drives?
You know they are, Mr. Matavastros. Yeah, I know you. I practically lived in your museum 2 summers ago. So, who's the meat puppet?
He's my tough guy. Ignore him. Tell me, did you calibrate against Gassican frame references? Won't Brownian delineations muddle your Tardion count?
Yes, if I was testing for Tardions.
But if you're not testing for Tardions, then that would mean...
Stand by. Well, that sucks.
They're running through my batteries.
You're saying MysTech is from a future universe?
Well, I can't prove it yet, but yes. And that's not all. Remember the Rudolph anomaly just a few months back? Look at these tachyon readings I took off the MysTech at the time.
What are you saying now? That MysTech responds to spatial disturbances?
Yes. And the bigger the disturbance, the stronger the glow. Smaller ruptures in the fabric of the universe wouldn't register to the naked eye. The glow would be too faint. But get a strong anomaly nearby, and we'd be seeing fireworks.
Doctor? I don't know. Seems a bit much to swallow. Doctor?
I figured you'd say that.
Doctor!
Oh, hell.
Oh, no! Oh, what?
We gotta get out of here.
Out of the lab?
Out of the system. We don't have much time. Move!
Readings show that a huge anomaly hovering over the planet will reach critical mass in about 8 minutes. We could use my private shuttle to get off the planet, but I lost the docking bay keycard weeks ago. Help me find it. I know it's somewhere in the lab. Okay, so I have 8 minutes to find a keycard. Alright. Where are you going? Help Dr. Bowman find her card. Okay. Where is it though? What would it even look like? Like, wouldn't the card be too small for me to even notice in game? Here it is, I found it. Take it and warm up my shuttle at gate 12. Don't use the conveyor belt. It's only one way. Take the basement exit. There's a shortcut through the maintenance tunnels. I'll meet you there. I've got readings to gather. But hurry. We've only got about 8 minutes before this anomaly reaches critical mass, and who knows what will happen then. Don't leave without me. Okay. Really? No. No. This is not going to happen. I can already tell you that. Although, I guess it isn't that difficult to brute force them, but... I don't think this is going to happen, though. And also, it's a bit of a dick move that we're not telling other people to evacuate or something. Like, I hope she didn't bite your head off. It's nice to see Dr. Bowman finally get some visitors. Doll, you need to get the hell out of here. Oh, don't worry about me. I get out plenty on weekends, even on a planet like this. Okay. I guess I can't really warn them because they don't understand what I mean, or they don't care about what I say. Exit? You mean there is a way out of these tunnels? Man, you guys look like you have seen a ghost. There's been a weird rumor that there's an emergency life pods stored out there in case of a disaster, but it's just an urban legend. I've worked here for years and never seen such a thing. Are you okay? You look a bit freaked out. Yeah, that's because there's a high possibility we're all going to die. Exit, it's up the hall. No, wait, that hall. That way. That way. Which is which way exactly? Exit. Relax, man. It's just up the hall. Through here? Indeed. I don't need a laboratory. I am a mathematician. All I need is my mind, and you're disturbing my thoughts. What's wrong with you? Get away from me. I had a horrible nightmare. I don't remember it too well, but I think the world ended. Yeah, I think you might be onto something. Kind of. And look, the hair on my arm has been standing up on end for the last couple minutes. How weird. How weird indeed. How weird indeed. Move along, people. Okay. Probably should. There's not much time left. Professor Claddin just called and said all the MysTech decorations in his office are glowing. That man needs a serious vacation. Okay, she said gate 12, right? So that's not great, because that means I need to run through the entirety of the spaceport, so I'm not going to stop to talk to people anymore, because even without doing that, I might still not make it. Okay, so I have a keycard for gate 12 specifically.
Engines are warming up. Where is she?
Oh my God.
Can't we wait for her in space?
No kidding. Let's go.
We give her one more minute.
I can't believe you waited for me.
It's almost like it's being sawn in half. use the mouse to steer the ship. Okay, but where exactly am I trying to go? And what exactly am I even doing? I presume I'm avoiding the rocks, but does it only just mean that I have to survive for a minute? Or am I actually going somewhere? Because it's a bit difficult to tell, but I presume it's the former. You know, I just need to avoid obstacles for a minute.
Get out of the way!
I can't. We've got to get to that cinder spot. Come on.
There it is!
I can't believe it. The greatest minds of our galaxy, all dead and gone. Gentlemen, science was just set back 100 years.
Oh, cry me a river, sister. You blew up the planet with that little experiment of yours.
You don't know what you're talking about. That MysTech you saw was responding to the spatial disturbance that split the planet in half. Nothing more.
She's right, Ace. Shut up and stop trying to look smart. We've got bigger problems.
Engines are dead. Navigation's kaput. And who knows where that cinder spike put us. I can reroute the auxiliaries to pump up life support, but that'll only buy us about 2 weeks. With any luck, we'll drift into a populated system before food runs out.
What are we gonna do until then, man?
Try not to go crazy. Is it you, John?
No. He said it wasn't in the Votowne system.
Ha! That's 20 questions. You guys lose.
So what was it?
Anachronox. Man, you guys are dumb.
But you said it started with a U.
Yeah, I know.
We
Okay.
cried for a while. And I said, if you don't think it's love, then leave.
And was it love?
The exact words were, it's love, but it's not in love.
Oh.
Very nice.
Are you sad?
I'm all right, pal.
But you don't have a home anymore.
I haven't had a home since I was 16. I'm okay, pal. Really.
Bad, bitch.
Okay, that was uncalled for, I think.
Bust out the violins. Try day 300.
Look, you left a sock over there. Over there. Is it so hard to pick up after yourself?
What? I was gonna pick it up tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow? You son of a...
Should we stop that, man?
Let him get a jump.
Eat it! Eat it!
Mwah, mwah. Hi. Step back, sister.
Are you kidding? I've been waiting a long time for this.
Apparently she knows magic of some kind. Well, presumably it's just technology that's advanced enough to look like magic, but maybe there is actual magic in the setting as well. Difficult to tell. Why doesn't the game display select MysTech fire slag? Okay. Why doesn't the game display the exact number of hit points anymore? It used to do that. I would prefer to know. I think a bug must have happened, because look at this. It's like Sly's health bar extends past the point of actual reality. Council chamber area. Can I cook or what? The spatial disturbance that split Sunder in half must have activated my MysTech, and I know I'm right about its properties. And if I'm right about its properties, this isn't the only slag that's active. I think every slag of MysTech around the galaxy can now release the energy that has always been dormant inside it. We were drifting in space for a few days before I noticed that my pocket was glowing. It was a slag I keep with me for sentimental reasons. I didn't want to jump to conclusions before I could test it out in an open space, but I was pretty sure I knew what it meant. I've been anticipating this for most of my adult life. So if the coast is clear, I want to share my thoughts and findings with everyone before we move on. Let's use that worktop over there. This should only take a few minutes, so humor me and pay attention. You're going to love it. Okay, so it appears you need 3 things to cast MysTech. The first and most obvious, you need a slag of MysTech such as the one I employed so effectively in battle just now. As you saw, this one creates a damaging fire effect. For a lack of a better name, let's call it fire slag. If my speculation is correct, different slags have different powers, so we'll have to experiment with other slags we run across and test their effects. More on that in a minute. The second thing is that you need in order to cast is an energy source. Once again, surprise, the theories in my book were correct. The glowing rodents or glowdents, especially found on Hephaestus along with MysTech, originally found on Hephaestus along with MysTech, were not a coincidence. An alien technology related to the MysTech, maybe even the MysTech itself, must have irradiated the glowdents as an energy source for the slags. MysTech consumes them as easily as our shield cells do. This means energy is our ticket to using MysTech. The last thing about using it is you. MysTech needs a conduit to channel out its awesome energy. Without a person to cast it, MysTech is nothing. The slag can someone read the caster's emotional condition based on various metabolic changes, determining the outcome of the casting in the process. Think of it like a super advanced lie detector. I call it galvanic response polarity. Intensive fear and anger may trigger one function, while panic and concern may trigger another. For example, the same fire slag can both burn an enemy and extinguish a burning friend, just as a bane slag that normally hurts an enemy will heal if cast on yourself. Mr. Boots is looking a bit funny. In other words, Mr. Boots, all you have to do is get mad at the bad people or feel worried about friends. MysTech should take care of the rest. It's as easy as just wanting to use it. By the way, this might interest you, Mr. Mastervertus. My studies of the glowdent consumption indicate that the speed in which they are used increases the power throughout the MysTech. No, it increases the power output? What? Is there such a word? I know what output means, but output of the MysTech? Take Harbigen's binary law of energy and apply it to MysTech. You can use glowdents at the rate of 1, 2, 4, 8 times the input level of the device. Fatima, can you project the binary level graph we discussed in the shuttle? It's vaguely like valence shells of electrons. The energy flow locks to the certain steps or stages, each twice as costly as the last stage. Beyond 8 times the base level input, certain values approach infinity, so it seems to be the hard limit. No doubt. Perhaps you might summarize for the layman in the big code. In a nutshell, whatever the energy cost of the operation at its lowest level, the next level is going to cost you twice as much. Not only that, but I suspect higher level devices may have lower level effect built in, such as different power levels might produce different effects. Got it? Good, because I'm done. Was that so awful? We're all taking part in a grand experiment, people. Keep an eye out for more MysTech and snap up all the glowdents you can. We're going to need them. Anyway, I guess this vindicates me in the scientific community. Too bad there's no scientific community left. Whoever or whatever caused the disturbance responsible for the death of 6 million people, and there's nothing to suggest it won't happen again. Here, these shield cells should give us a little protection from whatever lies ahead. Let's get off of this rock. I don't like this place, it makes me feel funny. My dreams have come true, MysTech is active and I'm alive to see it. And this is only the beginning. I suspect we've only just begun unlocking its secrets. Let's get our hands at as many slugs of MysTech as we can. Someone's got to stay behind and watch the shuttle. Okay, I think Pal is going to stay. Because she might actually have important input about MysTech specifically. Sorry, Pal. I guess you'll have to wait. Stay put and guard the ship. I won't let you down, sir. Okay. So, what do I do? Sorry, Charlie, this bird's out of commission. Guess I have to explore this place. Welcome to Votowne. My name is Kieber. I am the Cultural Attaché and Diplomatic Liaison for the Hospitality Committee. Please accept my sincere apologies on the behalf of the Democratus High Council. These sentry robots should have never been on active duty. By the time we realized our mistake, the automatic tractor beam was already locked on your shuttle. Yes, well, I'll have to cut my greetings rather short. The council just called an emergency session, putting the entire administrative staff, myself included, on full alert. Feel free to roam the city or make yourselves at home while we resolve this emergency. I'll be in touch. Your ship? Oh, I'm afraid all of our resources are diverted at the moment. Our crews will work on it as soon as they are free. Remote thermistor check. Antipodon capacitor check. A variable resistor check. Remote thermistor check, okay. I have no idea what any of that means, and probably I'm not even supposed to. I give up. We've been at this for hours. Maybe if we cut the feed wires, we've been through this already. It might disarm them, but we'd lose control entirely if they ever came back online. I'd rather not. Maybe the circuit interrupts are on the frizz? If they were on the frizz, there would be 200 amperes of electricity shooting through your body right now. I don't think so. Maybe if we open the panel. If you were to open the panel, you'll start tugging on random wires. No. Okay. Can I do anything with that? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's continue. Sorry to interrupt, but I just dug up some interesting info on this dump. Formerly known as Tevoid 2, the planet of Democratus was made up of hardline isolationists before the fall of Emperor Deucalion last year. Before the sudden fall of Emperor Deucalion last year, they've only recently become interested in interplanetary relations. The whole planet is run by a committee. They are extremely bureaucratic, with an elitist class living in a ring floating around the planet, and the working class has to be relegated to the surface. Limited access visitors report amazing technology, but none of it is allowed to be exported. Either that helps or it doesn't. Have fun. Okay. I'd stay out of the hangar base if I were you. Those malfunctioning robots will kill you without a care. Hey, hell, I'd probably be a good neighbor and invite you inside, but nobody is allowed in the council chambers when there is an emergency meeting in the session. Come on, Bob, it'll only take a second. We need to ask them to fix our jalopy. Look, I'm sure your business is all very important, but the High Council is in the middle of a very important emergency session. I can't just knock on the door and sweep you in. They are very serious about not being disturbed. Only allies of the Council are trusted inside. Fine, how do I become an ally of the Council? In order to see the Council, you must gain their trust. And in order to gain their trust, you must prove you think like them. Why don't you vote in today's election? If you're of like mind, they will consider you an ally. That sounds easy enough. Where do I vote? I believe the closest voting station is outside the Votowne Administration Center. Take this hallway all the way down and you'll end up in the city district of the ring. Just ask for directions. You'll find it easy enough. Hope you come back with a Gold Council ally card. It's accepted at over 100 locations. Okay, we'll see about that. Democratus, seat of democracy. Democratus, where everyone has a vote. Everyone is heard. Okay. I guess this whole planet is run via. Oh no. Actually, since they have elections, it is a representative democracy, so it isn't even that weird. Like, if it was the whole planet run by direct democracy, then that would be pretty interesting, and also pretty difficult to accomplish logistically. Vote tonight. Vomit torture proposal. What? Okay, I don't think I want to know, and yet I kind of want to know more about what the vomit torture proposal entails. Us, we. You don't look like you're from around here. Are you planet dwellers from the surface? We're from all over the system. Well, have you registered to vote? Judging from the absence of a voting button on your sleeve, I would say no. Here's the deal. You have to pay a loony if you want to stay and vote. Peace. Well, to be honest, that does sound like a scam. Why would you... I guess it might be... There used to exist a limit, like in the Greek democracy. First of all, you had to be a citizen, and you had to be wealthy enough to even vote. Not all people, even not even all men, not even all free men could vote. So maybe it's something like that, but it does seem like a scam a bit. But if it's only $1, then I guess I can afford to be scammed. What the hell? I think we can afford that. Here are each of your voting buttons. Wear them proudly on your sleeve. And since you haven't any Democratic electronic voting devices, I shall give you a sample ballot on paper. Read it carefully. Okay, so ballot measures. The Festival of Choice election. Proposition. Shall the maximum ramp angle be 45 degrees? That's pretty steep. Shall shall cyclical vomit torture be abolished as a form of punishment for first-degree murder committed by planet dwellers? I would say all forms of torture should be abolished, but I'm kind of interested in... I'm kind of both terrified and interested in learning what exactly that entails, but probably the game won't tell me. Shall the preparation and selling of dangerous squeezle beads for consumption be a misdemeanor? So that's a drug-related question then. Shall Booze Cafe be the official color of the next year's Festival of Choice? Shall Outworlder possession of narcotics be punishable by death-likely sentence? Immediate complete use of all substances in possession. Okay, that's an interesting choice of a punishment. So basically, if they catch you having drugs on you, they make you take them all simultaneously. So theoretically, you can live through that if you do not have that much. Shall it be a felony to possess, sell, or export BP Dream meat for glubbering consumption? Shall planet dwellers' deforestation of the forest for dot herding be allowed? Shall marriages between ring dwellers and planet dwellers be recognized by the state? I hope you are aware that if you don't vote in today's election, we are allowed to kill you. I wonder if that's actually true. If you're looking for someone to discuss the issues of the day with you, an ally of the council might be of assistance. They wear 6 pearls of the wisdom on their skull. Now that you're ready to participate in the election, once you've decided on the issues, go to the voting booth just down the street. Happy voting. These ballot initiatives are quite challenging. I can't decide how to vote today. Well, have a nice day. Happy voting, as they say. Okay. Remember all things we said we would do in college? Not really. Don't you remember? We used to talk about getting off of this rock for good. We are going to strike out for outer systems and restart our lives somewhere else. The dreams of youth can be silly. I want a new life, someplace different, away from all of this dreariness. What? You can't just leave. Your obligation is to Democratus. Every vote counts. I guess I'm trapped in here forever. Get married, raise a kid, vote every day, and shut up. Okay, this just repeats. Would you like a quick lesson on the politics of Votowne? Why not? I've got all day. Kill me. We're in Section 8, the administrative region of Votowne. This is the democratic heart of our society and the center of all red tape on Democratus. Here, everyone has a voice and everyone is heard. The only problem is, people are dumb. We all know it. We all think it. So if the voting public is too dumb to make the best decisions, there needs to be a system to make sure they don't vote themselves into oblivion. That's where the High Council comes in. Every member of the council represents one of the 8 sectionals of the Votowne ring. They are considered to be the wisest men on the planet and are the first to cast their ballots in the daily election. Since we're the ultimate democracy, even a High Councilman's vote is the same as every citizen's. It only counts as one vote and is kept secret until after the election. On occasion, when the public votes differently from the council, the visible repercussions are often quite negative. That's why people tend to vote the way they think the council will vote. The High Council serves as a moral compass of our society. To make sure their opinions are an open secret, the council intentionally leaks its votes to the public through various channels. This way they maintain an illusion of free democracy while guiding the citizens at the same time. In the end, people too dumb to make their own decisions can still feel like they're doing the right thing by voting like the council, as well as feel special for being part of a big secret. In fact, if you really want to know, the way the council votes on an issue, look for allies of the council. They are always more than happy to spill the beans on council decisions. Allies of the council have 6 pearls of wisdom attached to their skull as a symbol of their exaltedness. Look for them. And so endeth the lesson. Happy voting. I feel like this planet is some pretty heavy satire on the whole concept of democracy. Because especially the part where theoretically everyone has the same vote, but everyone still votes the way the 8 major players vote, and it's created to make an illusion of you having a choice, but you don't really. That kind of sounds, you know, sounds on point, right there. Okay, let's talk to those guys. How did you vote in yesterday's election? I was all for changing the name of Ballotron 3000. What a stupid name. Okay. The Votabulator reports you didn't participate in yesterday's election. Is there any truth to this, son? I was sick. You don't look sick to me. I'm feeling much better. Will you give me your word you're going to vote in today's election? I don't want to have to come to find you again, understand? No, sir. I mean, yes, sir. The ballot looks very interesting today. How's your mother doing? She said the check is late. The check for alimony payments? That's what I presume, right? You found Bane Weave. What's that? Equipped to use. Bane device, good. So it's a MysTech artifact. Mice affinity, great. How would it work with others? Excellent. Great. Okay, so it seems to be tailored for him. So let's give it to him. You need to equip a shield in order to something. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't take PAL with me, so I cannot hack this. We have a wonderful film community on Democratus. Ever since the Outworld and movie equipment became available, we've been shooting our own films and learning the medium. Both Shuttle Landing in Hangar Bay 94 and Vokop shooting Stanwand on camera were this year's standouts. Okay, so apparently they are on the level of YouTube, early YouTube, where you just film whatever and then release it as a film. I'm a Voco. An officer of the law doesn't need to be buried in body armor to be an effective crime fighter. All I need is my stun wand and my reflexes. Okay? But this episode has been long enough, so... Oh. I think there might be a bug of some sort. This episode has been long enough, so I'm going to pause here and I will explore this part next time. For now, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.